Size super simple recipes number 6, meat curry. The reason I say meat curry as opposed to the actual type of meat is simple. From excuse me, from Persia to the Indian subcontinent, the vast majority of meat curries are lamb, goat or mutton. The reasons are pretty obvious. The vast majority of Muslims don't eat pork, and the Hindus consider the cow to be a sacred animal. There are some Far Eastern countries that will do a pork or a beef curry, but in the UK there are companies who will make a beef curry and restaurants who will serve one, but that's pretty much for the domestic market. And the reason I'm making a curry is simple. The last meat run I did, I bought a massive bag of pork bellies, which are in one of those powdered marinade in the bag things, and it's a chilli. I don't know if you can see it, but there are flakes of chilli all over this. Well, a man can only eat so much sweet chilli pork. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare this with a marinade and stick it in the fridge until tomorrow. So I know lots of curry aficionados would tell you to make your own masala, and I don't disagree. I do it myself sometimes, but I find these paste masalas which have got some oil in are pretty good, you know. So I'm going to use up what's left of this one, which is a tikka masala paste. There's a fair amount of meat there, so, and I want to get rid of this so I can chuck the jar away. So that's that. I'm going to add to that a little bit of lemon and herb piri piri, mostly just because I like the flavour. We don't want a lot, just a bit. I've then got a powdered medium curry masala because I don't want it to be too mild. I like a curry like a Danzak or a Madras. So yeah. And finally a load of lemon juice, which will bring the flavour up. We'll give that a good old stir around to try and coat all the meat. Already got some decent smells coming off it. As you can see, there's quite a vast amount here. I portioned my meat up into 1 meal sized portions, but there were 10 bags of this by the time I'd done that. So this is 2 bags, but curry, like some stews, will develop. So if I have to have it 2 days on the trot, it's simpler, and we're going to do it tomorrow in the slow cooker. So they're all coated now. We'll get some salt and pepper on those tomorrow, but that can now go into the fridge for 24 hours, and then we'll prepare it all tomorrow. So curried meat has now been marinating overnight. I'm going to whiz around the rest of the ingredients. For the actual curry, we're going to use some potato and some onion, and I've got a little bit of tandoori cooking sauce thing that I'll add. I've got some plain naan breads which look a bit insipid. We'll toast those. Obviously if I had a tandoor oven I'd make my own. Greatest thing ever. I really can't be asked to cock about making rice with turmeric, and cardamom pods and what have you, and these are 2 minutes in the microwave. So I'll quickly start prepping these, and then I'll show you what we'll do with the onions, which is a little bit unusual but nothing really major. Okay, I've peeled and diced my potatoes, and what we're now going to do is we're going to puree these onions. So I've cut the onions, peeled the onions and just cut them in chunks. This is the only bit which is a little bit different. Quite a lot of these recipes you want to really finely chop your onions, but I love the gravy that's created from puree. So we'll see if we can get these to puree off. The problem you've got is that they won't keep falling in the way we want them to, so we might have to add a tiny drop of water, which won't matter too much because it'll be extra liquid in there. And there we go. Pureed onion. Okay, so we've got our slow cooker dish, we've got our marinated meat, get all that in first. I'll say it's a fair amount there. Our potatoes and onions, that all goes in there. Give that a big old stir around, start amalgamating it all together. And I've got some tikka masala cooking sauce. I have no problem using these sort of things. They generally taste alright. They give us a nice rich sauce. If there's not quite enough liquid in there, we can add a little bit of water. But we don't want it to be too liquid, because again the onions will cook down a bit, so we'll just use a little bit of water in there. Give that a big old shake round, which will clean that out so I can put that in the recycling. And this goes on a low setting. Well, can't really fuck up a slow cooker dish, so anything over about 6 or 8 hours will do, and we'll see what that looks like when we come back. Flavours are good, but we'll give it some salt. Quick grind of pepper, pop that onto the slow cooker, and we'll come back and see what it's like in about 8 hours. Lovely. Okay, our curry's been in the slow cooker now for 8 hours. Let's just see what we've got. Right, it's looking good. Good gravy in there. Right, I'll leave that on the very lowest setting on this thing now while I prepare the other bits and pieces to have our dinner. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, we're almost ready to plate up this bad boy. I've got the rice that's already microwaved. We're going to toast off this. I'll just chuck the burner on, chuck that on there. Normally I would chuck some natural yogurt or some coconut milk into the curry at the last minute, just for that extra bit of flavour and texture, and under normal circumstances I'll do that, but we're not under normal fucking circumstances, and I'll be buggered if I'm going to the supermarket and risking my life to buy some coconut milk. Sad state of affairs, I know, but there you are. Right, that's done. Cut that up. Lovely. Come on, rice, hurry up and ding. "30 seconds always seems like the longest time in the world, doesn't it?" Bing, 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 bing. It's like countdown to the rocket launching. I like all these recipes to be as simple and require as little effort as possible, but be as tasty as I can. There we are. Hey! And the trouble is this stuff comes out like lava. So I'm going to put about half in there. It can't rumble. 2 minutes in the microwave. Bit of salt and pepper. And then we'll put some curry on there. Size, super simple meat curry. Job done.